1125 Cosmas of Prague, Bohemian writer. In 1204 Robert de Beaumont, 4th Earl of Leicester, English nobleman. In 1221 Alix of Thouars, Duchess of Brittany b. 1201. In 1266 Birger jarl, Swedish statesman b. 1210. King of France 1380-1422 known as the Beloved, dies at 54. In 1439 Ambrose Traversari, Italian theologian and monk, dies at 53. In 1500 Go-Tsuchimikado, 103rd Emperor of Japan 1464-1500, dies at 58. In 1505 Paul Scriptoris, German, mathematician and professor at Tübingen, dies in exile BC. 1460. In 1558 Julius Caesar Scaliger, Italian-French physician and scholar on the subtlety of things, dies at 74. In 1561 Johannes Facius, Flemish humanist historian, dies at about 49. In 1600 Todor Kattoshige, Japanese warlord b. 1557. In 1623 William Wade, English statesman and diplomat b. 1546. In 1627 Frederik de Houtman, Dutch navigator, first Dutch expedition to Java and colonial governor of Ambon and the Moluccas, dies at 55 or 56. In 1628 Tübingen by Hurexo, Matram's Javanese general, dies in battle. In 1637 Lawrence Riel, Dutch vice-governor of Ambon, poet and admiral, dies at 54. In 1650 Pedro de Espinosa, Spanish poet-writer, dies. In 1662 Henry Laws, British sacred and secular songwriter, dies at 66. In 1687 Edmund Waller, English poet, song Go, Lovely Rose and politician, dies at 81. In 1765 Giovanni Paolo Panini, Italian painter and architect, dies at 73. In 1773 Johann Conrad Schlorn, German Baroque architect, dies at 78. American founding father and president of the Continental Congress, dies at 54. In 1777 Samuel Foote, British actor, dramatist and theatre manager Mirror, dies at 57. In 1793 Johann Ernst Hartmann, Danish violinist and composer, dies at 66. In 1798 Johann Christoph Schmidl, German organist and composer, dies at 71. British admiral and war hero, dies in Battle of Trafalgar at 47. In 1805 Johann Baptist Lasser, German singer and composer, dies at 54. In 1810 Franz Taber, Austrian composer, dies at 52. In 1861 Edward Dickinson Baker, British American attorney, politician, U.S. Senator from Oregon, 1860-61, U.S. Representative from Illinois, 1845-47, 1849-51, and Union Army officer, dies in the U.S. Civil War Battle of Ball's Bluff, Virginia at 50. In 1861 John Breckinridge Grayson, American Confederate Brigadier General, dies of pneumonia and tuberculosis at 55. In 1872 Jacques Babinet, French physicist, mathematician and astronomer, contributions to optics, dies at 78. In 1873 Johann Sebastian Welhaven, Norwegian poet, dies at 66. In 1881 Eduard Hein, German mathematician known for the Hein-Borel theorem, dies at 60. In 1886 José Hernández, Argentine poet La Vuelta de Martin Fierro, dies at 51. In 1891 Alpha S. Baker, American Brigadier General Confederate Army, dies at 63. In 1896 James Henry Greathead, British engineer b. 1844. In 1897 Paul Kuczynski, Polish composer, dies at 50. In 1901 James A. Walker, Brigadier General Confederate Army, dies at 69. In 1904 Isabel Eberhardt, Swiss explorer and writer of North Africa, dies in a flash flood at 27. In 1905 Jost Loderviller, Spanish organist and composer La Rambla de les Flors, dies at 69. In 1906, Helena Emilan Georgetta Milan, Dutch actress Small Lord, de Spanish Brabander, dies of injuries from a fall at 60. In 1907, Jules Chevalier, French Roman Catholic priest missionaries of the Sacred Heart, Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, dies at 83. In 1916, Karl von St. RGKH, Austrian nobleman and politician prime minister, 1911-16, who declared war on Serbia, initiating WWI, assassinated while having lunch at 56. In 1919, Sven August K. Arling, Swedish composer, dies at 77. In 1924, Martin Pierre Joseph Masik, Belgian composer, dies at 76. In 1929, Owen Donnell, South African cricket batsman, South Africa's first test captain, 2 tests, dies at 73. In 1931, Arthur Schnitzler, Austrian playwright La Ron Dreigen, and novelist Fr. Ulrich Els, dies of brain hemorrhage at 69. In 1937, Lucy Digslow, American educator, Dean of Women, Howard University, 1922-37, tennis champion, American Tennis Association, 1917, and sorority co-founder Alpha Kappa Alpha, 1908, dies at 52. In 1939, H. G. Numiddin, South African cricket batsman, 17 Test 12 as captain, 3x50, Natal, Transvaal, dies from a heart attack at 44. In 1940, William G. Conley, American politician, governor of West Virginia, 1929-33, dies at 74. In 1943, Dudley Pound, British Admiral of the Fleet, and First Sea Lord Jutland, W.W. Roman II, dies at 66. In 1944, Alwar Kaiser, German missionary to Nairobi, 1877. In 1945, Henry Ametter, Italian-American actor, The Black Cat, Belfordano, Big Sto, dies from a heart attack at 57. In 1953, Muirhead Bone, Scottish etcher and painter, WWIWW2 war artist, dies at 77. In 1955, Roy Minute, Australian cricket all-rounder who played 9 tests, 3x50, 11 wickets, NSW, dies at 69. In 1961, Nils Johan Einar Ferlin, Swedish poet Bafutaban, dies at 62. In 1963, George Cressy, American geographer, Crossroads, dies at 66. In 1963, Josef Franksak, Polish soldier and anti-communist resistance fighter who was the last cursed soldiers, dies in a firefight with 35 functionaries of Azomo paramilitary riot police at 45. In 1965, Bill Black, American band leader and bassist who worked with Elvis, dies of a brain tumor at 39. In 1965, Marie McDonald, American singer and actress known as the Body Beautiful Promises, dies of an accidental drug overdose at 42. In 1966, Gertrude Hoffmann, actress Mrs. Odets by Little Margie, dies at 95. In 1967, Ejnar Hertzsprung, Danish astronomer Hertzsprung Russell diagram, dies at 94. In 1969, Oscar T.V. Slim Wills, American blues singer-songwriter and guitarist Flatfoot Sam, dies in a car wreck at 53. In 1969, Wacko Supinski, Polish